Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today is Sacred Sundays, one of my favorite additions to do. And today, let me tell you, we're cooking up a dynamite plate. We have some pan-seared salmon with some homemade chimichurri sauce, Cece's way, with some cilantro white rice, paired with some yellow cauliflower and some bok choy. I can't wait to get to this plate, y'all. And for those of you whose first time tapping into a Sacred Sunday edition, let me tell you a little bit about it. So, in Sacred Sundays, we just believe in the divine spirit nourishing our bodies and just allowing our bodies to uplift our spirit. And so, today we're definitely bringing that sacred energy into the kitchen. You know, we cook with intention, we cook with love, healing, and lots of flavor. So if y'all ready, go ahead and just tap that like, grab your pens, grab your paper, whatever you want to do to take your notes, or just come ahead and follow along. I definitely have the recipe and the ingredients down below. So yes, you guys, let's get to it. Let's get to this plate, y'all. Okay, you guys, so my bad. I did say that we're doing pan-seared salmon steaks, but we're actually doing baked salmon steaks. My bad. But you can pan-sear them if you want to. So what I like to do is I use this dish. So I'm just going to go ahead and just transport it over to the dish that I'm gonna bake it in. And like I normally do with my meat, I just marinate it in some lemon. I just squeeze lemon on both sides, one whole lemon. I just let it marinate. And let's get started with the seasoning. So right here, I just have a blend that I made myself. It just has some black garlic, regular garlic, dried basil, cilantro, thyme, and yeah, that's what it has in it. Just like I said, it's just a little bit. I do like to make my own blends. I do have my own blends that I made on my website as well. And so I'm just going to lightly season, and then I have some of my spicy blend. This is just some California Anaheim pepper and some cilantro. Sorry, cilantro and some cayenne pepper. And then we have our pink Himalayan salt. And then, like I said, I'll have everything in the ingredients that is down below. Then we have pepper. I'm going to use some thyme. No on the garlic. And then I have one of the Kinders. It's like butter garlic. It's one of my favorites. It's so good. But let's tap into our spirituality side and everything with the salmon, right? So what I like to do, because it's with everything that we eat, do, wherever we're at, right? So we're cooking with intention. We're intentional about the energy that we have and that we're bringing into the kitchen. But we're also aware of is the energy from what we're eating, right? So you have your salmon. When you think of salmon, it's fish and it swims upstream against really hard, heavy currents, right? And so with that, it has to be strong. It has to be resilient. And it does what it needs to do. Comes back home to its little fish tribe or whatever. I'm not sure what they're called as fish group, but it's a family, right? But they're really resilient and they're strong and they're wise. Salmon are some of the oldest living sea creatures, and they also are you see them, they get pretty big. But nonetheless, you just want to take it and embody that energy when it comes to that. It's also on the health side, it's filled with omega fatty acids, which is super good, super healthy for a number of things. And it also has a lot of vitamins in it too. That's just a la carte. Don't even talk about everything else that you put on top of it and with it, right? To enhance not just the taste, but the healing properties too. And so I just have a little bit of avocado oil. I just like to just drizzle just a little bit on top of them. Just a little bit. It just helps with the sticking and the cooking process. And then we're going to go ahead and I've had the oven preheated on 400 degrees. We're going to just put it in there. 20 minutes is good for them to cook, but I definitely check about maybe like 14 minutes, 13 minutes or so. Okay, you guys, so yes, now we're at it. We have our homemade chimichurri sauce, right? Cece's way. So I didn't mean to let y'all know. We're going to be adding avocado and a few other things that you don't normally see in your chimichurri recipe. But we have our parsley. I did a cup of parsley. We have a half a cup of cilantro. And then I have some red onions. And then, like I said, some things that you normally don't see in that recipe. We have some of the orange and red bell peppers. Just one of those tiny sweet peppers. One of each of those colors. And then I also have some garlic. I'll use about 1, 2, 3, 4 little 5 little cloves of garlic. Drop that in there. And then we have some fresh oregano and everything too. I'm gonna chop that up. And you know, when you see your chimichurri sauce, yeah, it's just so vibrant and just full of color and everything. And obviously that just showcases all of the herbs and veggies that are packed in here. But on top of that, you know, oops, where's my knife? On top of that, it's just packed with antioxidants that support the immune system and just helps clean the body from inside out. You know, it's great for weight loss, the peppers, you know, obviously to remove those heavy metals and everything. That goes the cilantro, you know, and just everything just all paired together. We have a nice light oil, which is really good if you cook with because it's not too heavy on your body, which is this avocado oil. I like to cook with it when obviously I don't heat it, but it also has a high heat point, so it's safe for you to use too, and it's definitely healthier than all of our other oils. So we have our avocado oil. You want to use about a cup of about a half a cup of avocado oil, and then you want to use about maybe like, I'll do like a little bit of 3 tablespoons of vinegar. I really like my vinegar. So I'm going to add that in there. And then you want to add your lime as well too, right? So like I said, all the ingredients will be down below. But so for this one, like I said, the few ingredients, which are the bell peppers and everything, I use that in the regular one that I make. But when I also add the avocado, I'll add that in later. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of it and just store it away for my regular chimichurri mix, and then the other one I'm gonna add the avocado to it, and you're gonna see and play around with it. You know, you can even use this to make it into a butter of your choice. You know, pairs great on top of anything, your meat, your veggies. You know, I'm a pescatarian, so I do that. And I am going to just mute this little part, probably play some music for you guys while this goes. You don't need to hear it. By the way, this is a great little, it's like the Ninja Kitchen. Oh, I love it. All right, you guys, here's your music. So we're back, and then what I will do for this one, oh no. What I will do for this one is we'll check in there, and like I said, I want to add some to a separate portion. So I'm just going to add a little bit more oil in here because I need it. And then you'll be able to see too. You'll check your size. You'll check it and just see, okay, do I need a little bit more moisture in it? What do I need to do? And just make those needed modifications, right? I'm going to turn it back. I'm going to add that in there. Turn it back on. All right. And now what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and let's transfer some of it. Look at it, nice and vibrant. Smelling good. We didn't even add any seasonings yet. Okay, so we got the other portion for our regular chimichurri sauce. We got that together, and now we're just gonna go ahead and take care of the one that we're gonna use with the avocado. I'm gonna just use half since I took out half of our mixture. So we'll just use half of that avocado. And then let's get to going. Wow, look at that. Looks good. All right, let's go ahead and get this put into a jar, and I'll see you back. Okay, so now for the seasoning. We have our regular chimichurri sauce, you know, regular edition. Well, still CC's edition, minus the avocado, just the red onions and the bell pepper in there. Here we have CC's edition, the red onions, the bell pepper, and the avocado added. So now the seasoning, you know my mix that I have with the black garlic, the regular garlic, dried basil, oregano, and thyme. And I'm going to put that in both. A little pink Himalayan salt. Give them a little layers of flavor. Then we have some, you know, my little spice blend. Like I said, they are on the website, eattoheal.com. Check the links in the bio for everything. Bodies by Cece. Okay, so mix it on up. This one right here has about 3 to 5 days shelf life because of the avocado. This one right here, I would give you a good 7 days, you know, just depending how you store it. I like to store mine in glass so it'll last a little bit longer. I definitely put it in the fridge, but I love my chimichurri sauce. This is my refill, my re-up. That's why I have 2 of them, okay? So there you go. And now let's go ahead and just get this rice going. Okay, so now we are at our rice, right? And so I'm gonna go ahead and just add some butter, some garlic herb butter in here. And I've already had the rice soaking. I've already rinsed the rice, rinsed it out 2 times. 3rd time I just let it soak, you know. And I'm sure most of you already know, you tapped in on this channel, already know y'all spiritually inclined. But for a long time, rice has been a symbol of protection, you know, in many cultures. Protection, nourishment, and life force energy. So, you know, of course, by us rinsing our rice, being intentional about everything we're doing, we're cleansing away any and all impurities, but it's also honoring the purity of it, right? And then what we're doing tonight with this rice is it will be a cilantro lime rice. And as I mentioned before, you already know, oopsie, slow it down. Cilantro is really great because it has just so many other powerful benefits. So along from what you're getting, you know, intentionally and from the essence of that white rice, we're also just getting, you know, the ingredients from that cilantro just to help to remove them heavy metals and stuff like that. And so I will be adding some black pepper and some pink Himalayan salt in here as well. We'll just do a dash of the pepper. And then we'll go ahead and just dash this pink Himalayan salt. Just some refreshing and cleansing energy on in there for us. And then we're going to go ahead and just, so I let the water come to a boil. Then I'll cook it on low for about like 3 minutes. And then I'll take it off. So now we're going to go ahead and move on over to our salmon steaks. So we have our salmon steaks. I let it cook for about 16 minutes. I did take it out of the oven. I like to just pour a little bit of water on it so it can get that nice low simmer. And then on my salmon steaks, this is definitely an additional thing. You don't have to do it. I like to infuse it with some more garlic. So I'll slice the garlic really thin and cut little holes, and we'll put that on in there so it can cook good for us. It depends. Sometimes I'll put it in there, you know, right when it is raw, and then sometimes, like now, I'll just wait till the last. You know, when it comes to our living foods and stuff, the more raw it is, the better it is for you, right? So, you know, like if you're sick or something, how it's really good for you to go ahead and get some ginger in you. Sorry, ginger too. But some garlic in you. You know what I like to do when I'm sick is I'll just chop some garlic up with some honey. And I'll just take it back, a spoonful of it. And it helps so much. Now on to the second. I love me some tomatoes. So I just want to slice some tomatoes and just put it right on top. This part, we'll go ahead and just cook it for, you know, about like another 10 minutes or so. You'll go ahead and gauge it, take a nice little look and see what you want to do. Definitely lightly season on my tomatoes. You know, it's going to get hit with that chimichurri sauce, so you don't need too much seasoning. And then we'll go ahead and throw it back into the oven, like I said, for about 10 minutes. Check it and just give a gauge when it's nice and cooked, and then we'll be ready, you guys. I'll see you guys when we're taking everything out. Oh wait, no, the veggies. Okay, so now I did turn the rice down before I take it off. It's cooked in a nice and fluffy, right? So at this point, you see how it is. Then I just go ahead and just add that cilantro in there. I like a lot of cilantro. So I'm gonna add that all the way in there. Go ahead and stir it up. And then that's when I will go ahead and turn the fire off. Cover the top. And then just let it do its thing. And then we'll go ahead and step on over to our cauliflower. Okay, so now for the cauliflower. Easy peasy simple, right? I'm just gonna use some avocado oil, lightly drizzle. Better to help coat. And it's healthier than the butter. We'll use slight bit of butter on here. But for now, we're just gonna do the avocado oil. I have some black pepper, some garlic, some pink Himalayan salt, and I'm gonna throw a little bit of the rest of my little blend, the black garlic, but it's no more. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of turmeric on there too. I didn't bring that out, but let me get that. There's our timer for the fish. We'll get that in a second. There's my tumi. And then too, I don't know if I told you guys just about turmeric. It's super healthy, super healing. You know, it has so many healing properties. But you know, the thing about turmeric is you make sure you want to use pepper with it. Because the curcumin, which is in the turmeric, it gets activated. And it just, I think what it's by 300% once you add that pepper to it. So you want to do that. And then we'll just go ahead and put it in the oven for about 15-20 minutes. You could go ahead and just check it out and just see what it's looking like. But we're going to throw that in the oven. And then we will be back so I can just add that bok choy to the stove. Okay, so now we have our bok choy. Same thing with our bok choy. We're just going to lightly just saute our bok choy. I definitely like to just massage some of the avocado oil into it as well too. And then we'll lightly season it. And then what we're going to do is actually throw some garlic in here. I did chop up some garlic, and then I pressed it too, just to further just let out some more of those flavors. We have that. I will season it with some mainly the same seasonings we've been using tonight, right? We got some pink Himalayan salt, we got some black pepper, and then we have some garlic. So I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder in here. Let that cook. I'm gonna chop up some onions as well too. And then we have our cauliflower in the oven. When our cauliflower has 6 more minutes left, when it's done, we're gonna add it on in here. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of this to this tamari sauce to this as well. It's a soy-free based thing. If you like soy sauce, you can do that too, but I stay away from soy as much as I can. It does, do your own research on it. But, you know, just quick little it does have a lot of soy in it, which has plastic in it, right? That's not good for your body. We already deal with microplastics that we can't even get away from. So what I say, control the controllables, right? So I added that in there. I'm going to let it do its thing. Next time you see me, I'm going to be adding the cauliflower into the bok choy. All right, so let's get the cauliflower out of the oven and let's get it added to this wonderful vegetable mix. You should smell it. It smells so good, you guys. It smells amazing. But don't trip. I'm about to have y'all see it all. Okay, so now just gonna add this cauliflower in with the bok choy, and we'll just let it do its thing, you guys, for probably about 5 to 7 minutes, right? You just want the turn that off. Just want that cauliflower and the bok choy to blend, you know, just have the flavors and everything soak more into that cauliflower. You don't want it to cook too long. So like I said, 5 to 7 minutes. 7 is the longest. It just came out the oven. I'm gonna add a little bit more flavor to it with our sauce, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit of that garlic herb butter. It's really good, but definitely use in moderation, y'all. That's what I try to do. Can't tell you what to do, just a little advice. Okay, and then here we have our cilantro and lime rice. The cilantro, like I showed you, was added I already added just a half a lemon to here. So great. All right, we have our veggies and everything and our cilantro lime rice. We have all of our ingredients coming together. And you know, it's more than a meal, you guys. It's a reflection of our heart, intention, and sacred nourishment. So let's go ahead and get it all on the plate. Bad boys out the oven. Hey, you guys, we crossed the finish line. Now it's time to get all this goodness plated with purpose, okay? And you already know it's more about just food and serving. You know, we cooking with intention and we serving with a purpose. So, you know, as we plate each of these ingredients, let's start over here with our cauliflower and our bok choy, right? So that cauliflower is just going to, remember, just symbolizes that grounding, that nourishment. You have your bok choy, which is for abundance. Oops. Let me not get all of that, which is for abundance and vibrant, right? Vibrant health. Whenever you think of any like type of a green vegetable, you want to think of vitality, you know, longevity. Then right here, we got this white rice. The white rice, you know, like I mentioned, many cultures, it can definitely symbolize, you know, purity, protection. And then, of course, that cilantro. That cilantro is good for removing toxins and stuff from our blood. So it's cleaning within and then it cleans without as well, too. So spiritually, it's going to be doing some cleansing. And then we got our heavy hitter over here. I'm going to get the fat one. You know, I'm a little hungry tonight. We have our salmon over here, and that's our resilient bad boy. Resilience, wisdom, toughness, and strong. But speaking of that, those bones that are in these salmon steaks, please watch out because they're very strong too. And if you're moving too fast, you might regret it, okay? And then last but not least, we have that chimichurri sauce, CC style. This one is the avocado one. So I'm just going to drizzle it on here, and as you're, you know, doing that, or as I'm doing that, it's just like I'm crowning the piece, right? You know, so we gonna top it off and just think vitality and life and just so much healing properties in here. Every bite I'm healing, every bite I'm feeling better, you know. It's talking to my taste buds in my stomach, but it's also doing a lot within too. So I'm gonna put that on there, and then now we're going to go ahead and put this stuff to the side. Let me just move it on over. And let's go ahead and say a nice little blessing before we get started, right? You know how I do. I'm definitely going to give thanks and gratitude always for this food before I put it in my body. So if you are at home, you could follow me, or you could tap, skip ahead. But you know, I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes. And just as I'm giving thanks to the creator of all for giving me that energy, the resources, and for the people at home watching, giving them the energy and the resource to tap into, may every ingredient in this meal be lifted to the highest healing degree. We're grateful and we're thankful for being here to have this food be in our bodies, and just for this meal to last us till our next. We're grateful and we're thankful for all of the things I say. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and tap one in. But in the meantime, go ahead and double tap and give your girl a like. Go ahead and drop in the comments your favorite part of the meal, your favorite way to do a chimichurri sauce. Did you add avocado? Did you not? Tell us about it. I love to look at the comments. I love to, you know, talk with you guys and just hear what you're saying and what you're thinking, right? So, and also shout out to all my new subscribers. I'm just thankful for y'all tapping in with your girl. But yes, so I don't want to hold you guys. We're gonna get to this food, but let me do a little taste check, right? I didn't get to do that. Let's go ahead and dig in. So let me start. I definitely like to watch out for those bones, so I'll start on the end. I'm already feeling some. That sauce. My chimichurri sauce to the sweet tomatoes in there, you know, but that juicy salmon. My rice. Let me tell you guys, the rice, simple, but it's a hard one to master. It took me a while to master it, but I'm telling you, a great, beautiful thing. Okay, let me tell you guys how this cauliflower is. So good, cauliflower. 101, y'all. So I can't even I can't even make you wanna make you wanna I'm joking, y'all, but so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. I have to devour this plate. I don't want to smack in your ear. I can't stand to hear people smack, right? So I'm gonna let y'all get to it. Tap into your plates. Again, thank you so much for tapping in for Sacred Sunday. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you got this far and you haven't given your girl a like yet, give me a like, tap in the comments, subscribe too, so you can definitely get notified when I'm dropping another video or just have some information to share with you guys, right? So stay blessed, stay amazing. Today is actually a new moon, and I believe the moon is in Leo, you know, so be on your stuff. If you are into astrology and the planet, as you should be, because we live on this planet, we need to know. I hope you know what's going on in your city. You need to know what's going on your planet, because as above, so below, as within, so without, it's affecting you one way or another. But this Leo moon has a lot of great energy, so tap into it, y'all. I'm wishing you nothing but abundance in all things that you are aligned with, and I can't wait to see y'all, or yes, can't wait to see y'all soon.